Long ago, when the world was young, it was cold and dark, for the animals had no fire and there was no sun. The animals were always cold, and many slept through most of the year. One day, as Bear was walking through the woods along the river, one of the Anihayontiquoloski, the Thunder Boys, threw down a thunderbolt into the stump of a dead sycamore tree. Bear saw the fire that grew from this and thought it to be as bright as the sun, so he called a council meeting. All of the animals came, and Bear told them what he had seen. He asked if anyone would volunteer to get the fire, and every animal raised their hand, paw, or wing, for all of the animals were anxious to grab the fire. First went the birds, then would go the snakes, and then the four-legged animals. The first of the birds to go was Raven, who was so large and strong that everyone thought he could do it. While he made it to the tree and thought what to do next, his once rainbow feathers were now scorched black. This scared Raven, who returned without fire. Next went Screech Owl, who also made it. When looking down into the tree, a blast of hot air burned his eyes and scared him off. It took a very long time for Screech Owl to be able to see again, and his eyes remain red to this day. Hooting Owl and Horned Owl also volunteered, but by the time they went, the fire had gotten so big, the smoke from it carried ashes up into their faces. This left white rings around their eyes, which they still have to this day. Now, no more birds would volunteer, so the snakes went. Black Racer would go first, swimming across the water to the tree. He entered the tree through a small hole at the bottom, but the fire was too hot for him, and he jumped about, scorching his body black. He managed to leave through that same hole, but he still today darts about and doubles back as if trying to escape the tree. Next, Great Black Snake offered to go. He climbed up the tree, but just like Horned Owl and Hooting Owl, a puff of smoke had choked him while he looked down, causing him to fall into the tree. He was as Black Racer by the time he escaped. To this day, he still climbs trees and is still scared of fire. Then, the other animals offered to go. Raccoon, one of the best swimmers, went, and he climbed the tree just like Great Black Snake, but the tree had burned his hands black. He peered into the tree, and just like the others before him, a puff of smoke had charred his face black. He landed in the roots of the tree and charred his tail, giving it black rings like the rings of a tree. Next, Bear offered to go and bring the tree back to the animals. As Bear tried to lift the tree, more branches fell on him, and his once white fur was charred black. Bobcat would go too, climbing the tree like many others. But the sparks from the fire gave her dots that remained still. Wolf went too, and stared into the fire for so long his eyes now glow like it. But no animal had yet retrieved the fire. Now, all animals had some excuse not to go, out of fear. All but Water Spider, who volunteered. Bear told her she was too small, but the others gave her a chance, and she walked across the water to the island. She used 2 sticks to grab one of the hot coals and weaved a basket to put it in and carry it back across. Ever since then, the animals and the Cherokee have had fire, and Water Spider still keeps her Tucci bowl to this day.